but she just wanted to give every opportunity not to overthink. All right, so she was like, oh, severally she would just redirect the husband, and the husband will try to just she now said, on this fateful day, hello everyone, how y'all doing? I hope you're good, I hope you're fine. My name is Kate Igodo, your girl, and if you're coming across this channel for the first time, this is Kate Igodo, and this is one of our channels, one of our baby channels. This channel was just birthed, okay? So this is a family friendly channel, family friendly channel, and here everything family. So I said, just like the title said, before you judge a single mother, please take time, be calming down on stigmatizing them, be calming down on judging, okay? And when I heard the story, honestly, it just made me in fact, I had to just tilt back. I had to just take some step back, like, oh my goodness, like, you have no idea what people go through. And this is why empathy is very, very important. So I met this lady who is a lady, and we got talking, right? And she told me, she said, it's so funny how society just jump into conclusion when they see a single mother. And, they even attempt to ask you if you've been married before. You said, yes, you've been married before. The marriage did not work out. In their head, automatic. You are just not a responsible woman. If you're a responsible woman, your marriage should have worked. It's always that blame game. The only reason why her marriage did not work was because she did not, and she couldn't bring herself to get the husband, to allow the husband do through the number two. You know where number two comes from. The husband wanted to do through the number two, and she said no. And that started building all manner of conflicts and disagreements. And before that time, they were good. As a matter of fact, they have kids, all right? They have kids. And I asked her, I said, before this time, did you not see the handwriting on the wall? Did you know? She said, no. Funny enough, no. There was nothing. There was no signal. There was nothing that connotes or indicates that the husband is that kind of a person, that the husband will be interested in such. There was never. But after their second child, after the man will come, and anytime they want to do Jerusalem dance, the man will be attempting to let me get this story out and then we'll continue. So anytime they want to do Jerusalem dance, that the man will be attempting to do it through the other way. And she was like, no, it's not going to happen. And so they had to sit down and talk about it. And the man was like, no, that is where I want to do now, that I want to try it. My other friends have tried it, and he also wants to try. And the lady was like, no, I cannot bring myself to do that. I'm not comfortable doing that. And aside that, I've heard a lot of negative stories about this, so I am not even going to give you the chance to try it, because it's not something I am comfortable doing. And at the last time I checked, every adult, anything that will inconvenience another person, especially in relationship, anything that will inconvenience another person or put the person in a harm's way or make the person uncomfortable, I think you should be open. I think you should consider that. I think it's fair to consider your partner. It's fair to consider your spouse. And so she said no, that it wasn't going to happen. And he attempted it severally, and she redirected him. And from that moment, she discovered that the husband's attitude towards her had changed, and the husband would threaten her with things like, if you don't give it to me, I'm going to go out and get it anyways. As a matter of fact, there was one of those times that in fact, he just started acting up, like a child trying to throw tantrums to see if you will budge. She started throwing, started putting all manner of attitude. There was a time their housemaid got pregnant, pregnant, and eventually they discovered that he was responsible. But that was not even part of the reason, you know. They were still trying to, she tried all her best to see that they just work things out, as in it wasn't, you know, separation or divorce was not again, it was not a marriage that started with fears or threat or anything. It was just a normal marriage, and all of a sudden this started coming up. So in her mind, she thought that, oh, you know what, if I give it some time, or if I try to work things out, or if we just seek counsel or whatever, it will work. But the more she tried, the more the man was not even giving a hoot at all. And it got to a point, she was like, you know, the man was not even sleeping in the house anymore. Other times he would come up, you know, all those things. He was, I think at the point he was just doing all those, or after that, at the point he was just doing all those things to just irritate the woman, and to get the woman to the point where she will say, you know what, I cannot take this anymore. And eventually that was what, you know, he did. And he didn't even make any effort. When the woman was like, if you continue like this, I don't want to fall sick. I think it is a disrespectful act for you to be rubbing this on my face, and also to have our children witness this. At the point he even cut off welfare, you know, anything, you know, he stopped catering for the family, pretty much. Stop, you know, contributing to the upkeep of the family. He will not provide for the family anymore. And he didn't, you know, again, in her mind, she thought that, you know what, we can work this out. But it got to a point where she knew that, no, if I continue to stay here, I will something will happen to either of us, you know. So that was how, you know, she told the husband, if this does not change, the man was like, I can't wait, you need to go. And you need to go. You just need to leave. You need to leave. The woman was like, it looks like you're even making efforts, doing everything to make sure I leave. You know, and the guy said, yes, you have to go. If you can't give me what I want, you got to go. You don't have any business being here. And that was how her marriage packed up. So I sit down and I ponder. I said, oh my goodness, sometimes society is so quick to judge a single mother. You've seen situations where a mother, people became single mothers. Let us even leave it at that. Let's narrow it down at that. Some people became, in fact, there is a lady who told me by the time she got home, her things were out. Her things were out by the time she got home. She wanted her marriage to work, but her things were out. So there's another lady who, in fact, I think I watched that one on YouTube too. You know, she was raped. That was what happened to her, and she didn't want to just let it go, and she decided to leave. So I said that to say this, that we should just, you know, empathy. Let empathy lead. I like to let empathy lead. I like to just try to just sit down and consider other people, put other people in my shoes. So before you go around, there is so much ignorance going on, and there's so much. Sometimes I sit down here, and as a mother of 5 children, you know, there are times where I will have so much burnout, and my husband will be like, you know what, just go be by yourself, just go spend time with yourself, just leave them, I'll take care of the children. There are times that I'll be dealing with the kids and my husband will jump in and handle, and sometimes I sit down, I'm like, who does this for the single mother? She's the father, she's the husband, she's the mother, she's the driver, she's the cook, you know, no shoulder to lean on, no shoulder to cry on, no one to rub minds with, no, you know. And you know, I sit down and I'm like, oh my goodness, hey. And if you can offer any helping, if you can be there to even, I have a friend, sometimes I tell her, bring the kids and just go be by yourself. Bring the kids and just go be by yourself. Thank God the kids are all grown now, and you know, at least she get to spend time by herself. But yeah, with children you cannot, and nobody to even live. So really, some people even just barely made it out. They made it out. It was a DV that drove them out. DV drove them out of the house. against their own wish. They actually wanted to be in that home. They wanted to be in that marriage. They wanted it to work. But DV just drove them out. So many reasons. There are others who actually made a mistake and they said out. You know, learn to hear people out and don't jump into conclusion. I love you guys. I need to get this done. It is about, see, Christmas is over. Christmas is over. And it's time to take it out. Christmas is over. Are you guys going to help me? Christmas is over. I love you guys and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. And if you love this channel, please go ahead. In fact, you don't have a choice. Go ahead and join right now. Go ahead. I love you guys. Take care. Mwah, 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 mwah. Mwah.